Welcome back to part 2 of the step-by-step guide to softcap. Today we're going to go over what to do with our alts and how to utilize them to their fullest extent. Before we get started, we're going to have to talk about horses. You'll get a few extra just playing through the main story quest, and a few of your alts will be needing their own horse. This is one of them. This will be the first Shy. The first Shy is going to be stationed in Calpheon. Her primary job is to be a grocery runner and to get a milk gatherer. To gather milk, all you have to do is run up to a cow at Ferris Dirt Farm and hold left, hold right, hold left, hold right, hold left, hold right, and then you just keep alternating until you eventually get milk. This milk is invaluable, and the main reason why we need a gatherer that is at least professional, because you do get a lot. As you can see, this is not my first time I've gathered on this character, but this is a day worth of milk that I've gathered, and this is about 5 mil. I'm never going to sell it on the market, but it's going to be very useful for us in the future. The other reason that we're going to want to be here is for a NPC named Milano Bellucci. And then it's going to be right here, and then you click on it and it'll show us where he is. I'll meet you there. This is Milano Bellucci. She has the greatest inventory of fruits and vegetables for the cheapest price, which is great for us as cooks. Now, there's one cool thing that you can do with her. As you can see, that my paprika is overweight right now. So the way that you can get around this is using your horse. You're going to open up your horse's inventory. You're going to put all of it in there. Then you're going to talk to her. You're going to buy 4,000 or whatever amount that you need. Most of the time, she won't let you buy too much at one time if it's going to make you too overweight, but that won't matter because we can always just do this. First, you're going to take it from the horse, put it on this side, then you throw it back on the horse, you're good to go. And you can basically do that infinitely. So, as you can see, we'll buy another 4,000. And then we will open up our the inventory, bring it over here, and then go over that way. And then since we bought 8,000 paprikas, I normally want to buy 1,600 strawberries for a future recipe we will be doing. And then once you're done with that, you're going to head over to your storage, and I'll see you there. Once you made your way to your storage, you can just directly put all your stuff into your warehouse. Once everything's in your marketplace, you can pick it up at the warehouse of any main city that you have a tune on. So you can go to your storage, your warehouse, and then get it out of your marketplace. And then your grocery run is done. Now this is going to be your Heidel Shy. The Shy here is made for only cooking. It can farm once we get a Camisile blessing, but for the most part it's going to be here exclusively for cooking because it's right next to this Imperial Crafting NPC, which we will get into in a future episode. And you're going to want to get this house. This is the house that we're going to be used as our cooking factory. And other than that, this one's pretty straightforward. That's all that needs to be known. Just get that house, which will be, let me double check for you. It's going to be house 1-1 Heidel. It's 1 contribution point, so it's, and it doesn't charge anything to make it. So it'll be very easy to get. The next Shy we'll talk about is going to be your fishing alt, which will be located in Velia. Velia is the #1 place to have a low level alt fishing tune. The #1 thing you're want to get is a +10 fishing rod as soon as possible, specifically Balanos. The next thing that you're going to shoot for this alt will be a maple float. Maple floats are great and will dramatically increase your revenue per night. Again, you're going to want to try to rush the level 10 float as soon as possible. Another thing that should be said about this tune is this is the tune that wants inventory space the most. So if you would like to play through the main story on the character and give your inventory expansions that you gain through events or if you buy them, this would be the #1 character that you would want to put them on. So this is going to be the spot. It's going to be right next to the storage, and right in front of the storage is going to be an NPC that you can sell all your fish to. The way you autofish is you press space, and then you walk away for the rest of the night. When you wake up, your inventory will be full of fish. Also, you should hit this just in case someone wants to be a jerk and take you for a ride. Other than that, it's about it. The only other thing you would have to know is how to turn in fish. So you would take off the fishing rod because you can't actually run with the fishing rod for some reason. That is too heavy, I guess. And you'll talk to Karen. And he will be able to buy all the fish from you. Every now and then, for things that are pretty common, like this nibbler or the grunt, he might be sold out and won't be able to buy them from you just because it is shared among servers. So you would want to hop around the Olvia channels because that usually has the lowest population out of all the servers if you still have access to them. But other than that, this is the only thing your character is going to do. Eventually, you can use this character to start farming along with your farming ult, but that will be for a later game once we have a Chemiso Blessing. A lot of things turn on once we get our first Chemiso Blessing, as you can see. This is going to be the next shy. This is probably the simplest one. This one will be located in Olvia. The reason she's going to be located in Olvia is because there is another dairy farm here that we could gather milk from. But also, if you go away from your computer for maybe a few days and you don't want to waste all your energy on milk, then you could head over to Velia, get your gathering gear, go to Agra Steppe, which is right here, this area right here, and this is where your gathering ults will be gathering meat for you, which you can sell or use to cook. So now on to the shy. The first thing you're going to want to get for this toon is some clothes. So you could either go for a higher level one, or you can get a base level clothes and just try to level it yourself. I would suggest getting Tri or Tet Lagia as fast as you can. The only other thing that you could possibly want would be silver embroidered gatherings clothes, and this would be if you want to try to go for Master's rank, which you would want to get as high as you can. Technically, all you need is at least 2. +2 clothes. I would suggest, like, if you could get the money to get 4 or 3 if you're going to try to go over this route, and then you would just go to where is it? Bear? Down here, and level using the herbs down there. But otherwise, we'll just be here in Velia, just getting wolf meat for cooking. And that's all you're going to have to really know. The only other thing, I guess, for Shy specifically is once you hit level 15, make sure you get this so you can level up faster. And the last thing that we're going to have set up for our passive life skill Empire is going to be farms. Farms are going to be used mostly for just selling all the peppers that we grow. The peppers are cool because they let you grow 10. The problem with this really is the fact that this is a lot of energy, and without a Chemiso Blessing that we haven't gotten yet, which we did put an order in for already. But once we get the order, this will be a lot easier to manage. As you can see, I have a lot out right now. A lot easier to manage once I get that Chemiso Blessing, and I won't have to use 3 characters just to keep up with the farming. Because as you can see, this will take about 1 energy per harvest. Sometimes it does and sometimes it does. We're pretty low level farmers, but that's perfectly fine since the only thing you really gain for leveling up super fast in the early game is less energy consumption, which is not a big deal once we have the Chemiso Blessing buffing up our consumption. Another big reason you want to level up is so that you can actually use the magical seeds that you'll sometimes breed from here, but that's fine. We don't actually need to use them because we're doing this for money and not for energy efficiency. It's okay just to sell the magical seeds that we'll get from breeding just to the NPCs. The NPCs will give you about 300 or 250,000 per seed, And then the rest of your valuables will be these, because then you just cook these with 20 of the other byproducts, and you'll get a stone fodder that's worth 2.5 million. So that's going to be the bulk of your income for farming. And that's it for part two. That's going to be all your shies exactly where they need to be. And in part three, I can show you what you need to do with each shy once we get them there. That way that you'll have a nice passive stream of income the entire time you're playing BDO. And you won't ever have to worry about having some spare change for random stuff that you would want on the side. And I'll see you there.